now I'm good.
Okay, so we've downloaded the program to the data logger and it is already collecting data. So we can finish the steps to deploy the sensor into the test solution. This is a modified video because we have improved our frame that holds the pH sensor. Here's the new frame. Here is the conductivity cell, which will stay on the frame at all times. And the pH sensor is going to mount on this side to these rubber loops. We have a slot here where the wires, you'll see in a minute, are going to go so they can get out of this chamber here. So we can go ahead and mount the pH sensor in the spot. Remember, we always store it in salt water. So now when we're ready, we can get it out of the salt water. What we want to do is slide one loop over one end of the sensor. And then the other loop over the other side, like so. And try and position that so these tubes are vertical. Now we need to take the electrodes and insert them in the two ends. Like so. Now we're ready to put the wires down in this slot as I mentioned earlier. Two wires, two more wires. And we have a rubber O-ring that we need to put down here. Helps hold the wires, and you'll see in a second it will also hold the net that is going to hopefully keep barnacles out. So again, here's the bag, nylon bag to keep barnacles out. We can tip this up on end, and you slide the bag down over the sensors. And now you take these rubber bands that we have on here and slide it over each side of the bag. On this side, get that. Twirl around. The last one's a little tricky, but not too bad. Like that. And there you see the bag is fully assembled onto the frame. So now we are ready to put the frame into our frame that's holding the electronics. And we hold it on using a thumb screw, a lock washer, and a wing nut. You insert the thumb screw from the back, like so. And you take the frame, the wires out of the way there, and we hold yours, slide it on there and here. Lock washer, thumb screw, not very tight, it's necessary. So that is all done. The last thing to do before deployment is to connect the cable to the instrumentation chamber. And again, this is keyed so it only goes on one way. And when you put it on, line up the holes. I caution you, don't twist it to get it on. Just jiggle and push straight forward, as I'm doing here. And then you take this retaining sleeve, put it up, screw it down. And now the unit is ready to go into the test solution. So you can take it by the handles and gently lower it directly into the solution. You want to go straight down so that bubbles and air can evacuate from the two sensors. It'd be great if you can just rock it a little bit just to make sure all the air will evacuate from the sensors. And the unit is now ready for testing.